Research shows that around 73% of young adults, I mean, the people who are from 23 to 35 years of age, complain about they overthink a lot. I mean, do you know how much time a day they spend overthinking? Around 89 minutes per day. And if you consider regarding the gender ratio, women overthink more than men. And also in my personal experience, lot of people then they actually say suffer with this kind of issue because most of them think that they are lazy. They have all the problems in the world. But in reality, they never act on what they truly want and keep on complaining about it. Even I have done it. There are a lot of aspirations and plans that I think upon or write down. But when I wake up again, I get confused. I overthink a lot. I try to wait for the perfect moment to actually do the thing which I wanted. And I've also noticed one other thing that these overthinkers generally have. They only give attention to all the negative scenarios. Maybe you should have done that. What if I get embarrassed? In this kind of ways, they think. And because of this exact thinking, they screw up their own life. I mean, overthinking is killing you, man. Hearing, you might think that I'm over exaggerating, but I'm not. I mean, just I've told you about the data, and let me give you a small example. Some of you might already do this. Let's say you're facing any difficulty in your life, or some problem comes. Maybe there is an EMI, there is a health problem, or any such thing, and you notice that most of your day you spend thinking about these problems, not about the solutions or how to get out of it. And it shows the effect on your daily life. You cannot concentrate on your work. You'll be very sloppy in your daily activities. And even if you're out with your friends or family or on a trip, this problem keeps on looping in your mind at the back of your head. You never truly cannot relax. And you'll find various reasons, to not do a certain thing or a work. And you'll become so narcissistic and think that no one is able to understand you. And that exactly is the reason you stay mediocre and never truly start anything. All your dreams will be pushed down the drain. The reason I'm emphasizing about this overthinking and its problem is because I personally suffered from this and wasted 5 to 6 years of my life overthinking. And because of overthinking, my confidence, my self worth, and even my health got affected. That's when I realized the reason for my suffering is my imagination. So, the next few minutes in this video, I'm going to tell everything about what I learned about overthinking and how to even get out of it. So, let's understand what overthinking is in the first place and what is the difference between thinking and overthinking. Because few people misunderstand overthinking as thinking and feel like they're progressing, but they're not. So when you're thinking right, you try to understand and then make a decision on what you understood. So there'll be a proper shift in the reality or your understanding, and you start working on it. But when you're overthinking a same problem, whether it might be a situation or what someone said, will keep on running in your mind in a loop again and again. It can happen through days, months, and even years, and that will result in nothing. Actually, it's not useful at all. You will not see any change in your life. And if we question why do we overthink, there are few reasons for overthinking, right? The first one is fear. You fear failure, rejection, what will happen in the future, or what others will think about you, right? All of this will make you to overthink because you wanted control over things in your life. So that makes wanting control also is a reason for you to overthink. And one of the basic reasons is your relation with uncertainty. If you think life is very uncertain, you don't know what happens in the future, or the result of your actions, also you don't know how it will turn out, but you fear it. You wanted to have a clarity of what will happen. Basically, you cannot tolerate uncertainty. You dread it, you fear it. And because of this reason, you again overthink. And it goes on in a loop. So, this thinking, feeling discomfort, and again thinking will be happening in a loop without any proper solution and end goal. That's when you know that you're overthinking. And this overthinking loop, right? There are five ways that it appears in us. And the first one is the ruminator. He is the guy who thinks about past a lot. In reality, we cannot control the past, but your mind is stuck over there about the past events, the embarrassment you faced, or something you have said that should not be said in the past. That means you're replaying the past events again and again and feeling bad about it. And you keep on asking questions: what if, or maybe I should not have said that or did that? It's all about past. And the second one is worrier. This guy worries more about the future. He wants certainty, then only he'll move. Without that certainty, all he does is worry a lot in his life. And if you check, their mind is always negative. They think only in negative consequences. Say you wanted to go on a road trip. This guy will be asking, what if the car breaks down? Or what if we get in an accident? That's what worrying looks like. And the third one is social replay. For this guy, along with overthinking, his self esteem is very low. He feels that everyone surrounding him is better than him. That's why he's very conscious. I guess you notice this kind of guys. When they're very comfortable for longer time, they talk very well. But you take them and put in a new setting, they just freeze. They don't know what to talk, how to talk. They're basically socially anxious because all they keep on worrying, what will people think about them? If I say something bad, they'll get offended and they'll think bad about me. So this guy overthinks about others' opinion. Now the fourth one is perfect planner. You see some people procrastinate a lot and they read a lot. They try to be perfect in everything. But life is not perfect. I mean, there is no such thing as perfect. Our evolution itself says whatever is in the nature is perfect, there would have been no evolution. But this guy fails to recognize it. So he keeps on planning, he keeps on researching, he keeps on consuming more information, try to be more perfect. Then only he'll start. This guy might want to start a YouTube channel, have very big ambitions or aspirations. But all he does is plan and never start. And the last one is information hoarder. I think this is a new kind of an overthinker because of the over accessibility of information that we have in this internet era and the AI era. We have a lot of information and it will never be completed if we keep on consuming. But this information hoarder, to feel certain, to feel proper, and to be perfect, they keep on consuming a lot of information. It's like an escape mechanism. They escape by consuming information. They cannot really feel any information. They're numb. They try to deal everything with logic and they run through their minds. So now that you've truly understood what is overthinking and the types of overthinkers that you can figure out for yourself, that if you are overthinker or not, let's now move on to the solution. But just before that, there is some misunderstanding regarding overthinking, right? If you go to the internet and see, many people will tell that it's a mind problem. You have to control your mind, and the possible way to stop this overthinking is to work on your mind. So all the talk and think that the overthinking can be controlled through mind, but it just doesn't work. You're just doing half the work. If you truly wanted to get out of the overthinking, you need to work on three things. One, obviously your mind. Second is your body, and the third one is your behavior. Because the mind, it relates to your thoughts, and your body, it regulates those thoughts, and your behaviors is the result of your mind and your regulation of your body, basically your reactions to everyday events. If you work on all these three aspects as a system, that's when you can see some improvement in your life. Because the main goal is to not stop overthinking completely. It can never be possible because as long as you're conscious and have the ability to think, all these negative scenarios and thoughts come into your mind. What you should get out of it is to tolerate uncertainty. That should be your goal, not to stop your thoughts or negative thoughts. You can never do it. And the end goal after tolerating uncertainty is to live your life any which way. Basically, taking a leap of faith is what you should learn. Now, let's see a few solutions or tools that you can use to stop this overthinking. First, let's come to mind, right? You can see many people in the internet talk about mindfulness, meditation, and journaling as a tool for overthinking, which is actually right. But there is a proper misunderstanding of how to actually do it. For example, take meditation. All you think is that you wanted to sit still and just relax. But the thoughts will keep on coming to their mind, and many people will give in to that thoughts. So instead of not overthinking, they tend to overthink more when they're actually doing meditation. That doesn't work for them and they just give up. So for this kind of people, a guided meditation or few other meditation types will work on them. For me especially, I do humming practice called Vakshuddhi. That really works for my overthinking. And the second one, let's talk about journaling, right? Many people suggest just write it out what you're feeling and you can stop overthinking. Again, this is also a trap because in the first place, you feel very bad, you think a lot, and you keep on thinking. That goes on in a loop. Just your writing, your thinking pace will slow down, that's it. But few people, when they just write whatever they're feeling, they again overthink more. They write more. They'll fill pages. That means is journaling bad? No, absolutely not. You need to journal regularly. And I've done that for the past 2 weeks, and actually I felt very good about it. But what I do is follow a template. I have 5 to 6 questions inside it, and I only answer those questions every day. That's it. I just don't dump all my thoughts on the paper. That doesn't work for overthinkers. And here I have to give a disclaimer. If your problem with overthinking is only a side effect of your trauma, right? Or if you're suffering with depression or OCD, you have to consult an expert, a psychologist, a clinical psychologist, or a general psychologist. They will give you therapies like CBT or cognitive therapies to help you to get out of overthinking. And the second thing is to work on your body. And the best thing that you can do is to breathe. Not just for 10 to 15 seconds, follow what I have to say. Just take a deep breath for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and again exhale for 4 seconds slowly, and again hold out. Notice your brain, right, only will be focusing on your inhaling, holding, exhaling, and again holding. And in the yogic traditions, pranayama is the best medicine, they say, for overthinking and the wandering mind. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna tells about this. And it's even proven scientifically that breath work better works on your mind for depression, overthinking, and various other chronic mental illnesses. So this is a must do for you guys. And other thing is you can move, maybe get into some hobby, either running, cycling, going to gym, dancing even. That will work better. And also what you can do is just my personal experience. Is just when you notice that you're overthinking and no one is there, if you're feeling shy, right? Just take out your phone, play some music, and try to sing along that music. That also works because music for some people is therapy. And other than this, there are few practices like yoga nidra. Is you just lie down and concentrate on each and every part of your body for just 5 to 10 seconds, and try to feel what that particular body movement is experiencing. That also is a good practice for overthinking. And there are other things that you can take the help of only the expert, and they will help you is somatic therapies and working in your fascia, right, which is above your like muscle, a white layer, that is stretching it out or working on that facial movements also for some people will help it, because emotions and stress is stored in your body, and that also will be giving rise to overthinking for some people. So just releasing out through facial exercises and somatic therapies might help some people. And the last one is to work on your behavior. So this is a little complex and a little difficult one compared to the other two practices. Is to organize yourself, your behaviors. Like for example, you waste a lot of time in your day overthinking. What you should deliberately do is to overthink. Yes, you just set aside for half an hour a time and just sit and tell yourself that you have to overthink only this half an hour, and the remaining time in your day you need to work on something. That's what you should tell yourself. And the other one is to wantedly be imperfect the whole day. So many people overthink because they wanted to be perfect, because of the fear of failure or rejection or whatever it is. So now you start your day with the intention to collect the failures or collect the moments of imperfection, then you'll just act any which way. Now, at the final closure, let me give you a practical framework, like step by step of what you can do when you notice that you're overthinking. So, the first step is you need to catch that you're looping. And the second one is to name the kind of a loop that you have, like it is rumination or worry, or you want it to be perfect, whatever it is, in that five kind of loops. And the third one is to know the reason of your overthinking. It means you have to define why you're overthinking. So the questions that you can ask yourself is what I truly want. Why am I overthinking? What is actually troubling me? And the fourth step is you need to separate. I mean, you just take a plain paper. In the left side, write control, and in the right side, uncontrol, and write it down. What are the things that you can control by yourself? And in the other side, you write what you cannot control. Once after noticing it, read it properly and just stop forgetting about what you cannot control and only concentrate on what you can control. And the fifth one is now you are aware that what is in your control and not, you have to decide what to do. Whether the decision can be moving on or taking the next action or going to the gym for health or talk to a therapist. And after making the decision, like you need to act or allow it. And the last and final one is return. because no matter what, the negative thoughts will come. Again, bad situations will happen. Again, those problems might reappear. Even though all of these things are happening, know that you have to work.